Can I stop everything for a moment? Who gives a flying fuck about abortion? Ladies and gentlemen, as I understand it, Keemstar is in the fucking house.
Oh, shit.
Drama alert right there in the chat says defund DSP. Do we go to what's been our subscription bread and butter lately?
Yeah.
Keem.
Of course we do.
Keem. 320-204-5713. Let's get, if the great and mighty Keemstar has a few minutes to spare with the Steel Toe Show, I would fucking love to have YouTube legend and overall hilarious fucking guy, the one and only Keemstar, call into this show. Keem, it's in the chat. The ball's in your court. It is totally your call. 320-204-5713. We would be tickled and honored to have Keemstar in here to talk about his offer.
Everyone would be honored by being tickled.
Yes. I would love to have him talk about his, and also thank you for the tag on Twitter. That was very nice. To have Keem in here talking about the offer he made to DSP. This is actually really interesting because, you know, as a show that also runs on donations like DSP does, I think our show and his show are a great kind of yin and yang to show you how this stuff works. Oh, my goodness. Aaron, how about you pod down your fucking...
Call from
Keemstar.
Oh, shit.
I don't believe it. That doesn't sound like Keemstar.
Send a voicemail.
That doesn't sound like Keemstar.
Fake
Hello.
Keemstar.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What up?
Is this the real Keemstar?
Let's get right into the news. Yeah, it's me.
It's fucking Keemstar. How you doing, man?
I'm doing real well. I mean, that little rant that I put out yesterday was kind of inspired from your show. I was watching your show, seeing you guys bitching and you know, pretty much calling out DSP for being a complete loser. And I was like, you know what? I want people to understand, because I know some of his fans are probably thinking that I was trolling him or messing with him. I want them all to know that I actually had a really, really good idea. I had a concept that would make everybody happy, that everybody would want to see. His fans would want to see it. The people that hate him would want to see it. I mean, this is an appeal to everyone. I mean,
Please tell me it's a boxing match with him and Ethan Klein.
I'm down to do that too, anytime.
I would watch the shit out of that.
But you know, between the three of them, Boogie Wings and DSP, you know that podcast is going to be gold. Like the things that are said, the stupid shit that comes out of these three mouths, like these clips are going to go viral. Like the amount of promotion, natural promotion that would come from the entire internet from a podcast like this, would be absolutely unbelievable. Well, I mean, DSP has no real world experience. Can you imagine him talking about like, you know, politics or anything going on in the news?
So to kind of catch people up, you want to have Wings of Redemption, Boogie 8675309, and DSP do a podcast together, and you were offering them all an upfront of $50,000. And DSP, who's if he doesn't get enough tips on Monday, has to eat Buddig lunch meat on Tuesday. Apparently, he was too good for your $50,000 offer, and even blocked you in his chat. I mean, how would this show? I think it's a fucking amazing idea. I would watch the shit out of that, and I'm sure everybody watching now would watch that. So to catch people up, he shot you down. How would this show have gone if he would have
said, the dude shot him down?
Not Keem, tell him the story about how DSP treated you when you came to him with this wonderful offer.
Dude's like, I have to eat lunch meat, but I don't want Keem's money. What a fucking prick.
This guy's just unreal. So, well, let's start a couple months ago. It was over the winter. You know, he started talking shit randomly about me on his show. Like somebody brought me up in the chat, and I seen this clip where he was just saying that I was this horrible guy and I make all my money off of drama and da 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 da. And he had this big rant on me. So I said, you know what? Like, let me give DSP a life lesson. So I put out a series of Twitter videos explaining to him that he's a gamer, but he treats But he's a bad gamer at the game of life because he's still on level 1. He's still living, paycheck to paycheck, and that he's got to go and get a job or figure out some way to make money so he can move to level 2. You know what I mean? Like I put out this really good, inspiring Twitter video. He didn't like that. He blocked me on everything, and then I noticed that he unblocked me. Then I noticed a couple months later he unblocked me, and me and Boogie were on the phone, and Boogie was, privately was like saying like, "Oh, these people they're always harassing me and they're bullying me." I go, "You know what, Boogie? You got to turn those haters into money, man. You got to put content out there that's going to bait them into making fun of you and watching or whatever." Like, and of course, Boogie can't even grasp this concept. But he was down. He trusted me. And I said, it'd be really good if you had a podcast with DSP and Wings. Like, imagine that. Like, that is going to break the fucking internet. That will be a big, big, big show. Everyone's going to talk about it. It's going to be wildly successful. Boogie immediately is like, Keem, I trust you. You've done this before. You've had podcasts making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I'm down. So Boogie runs off to talk to Wings. And my job, my task is to go talk to DSPs. Well, he has me on block, so it's easy. So I just tweet him and say, hey, open DMs with me or DM me, right?
Yeah.
And I start getting him responding saying, well, why didn't you hit up my business email? Bitch, like what? Like I'm not fucking like a man shaver or some fucking indie game studio trying to contact him to do a brand deal. Like, why the fuck am I hitting up your email? Like, that's just not how we communicate. Like, I am on your show right now. Did I email you to get on this fucking show?
No. When you do it, here's what
like
what DSP doesn't get is like he's not Howard Stern. He's not this lord of his creation. He's a lol cow. And like when you come into our little show here with 3,100 subs, God willing, growing bigger and bigger every day. But when you show up, when you grace us in the chat, like I'm sorry, it's not bending the knee or anything to admit that when a fucking Keemstar comes to you, you might want to pay attention. If Keemstar shows up in your chat, you go, who gives a flying bag of shit about Roe versus Wade? Keemstar's here. Keem, call in. Let's talk shit about DSP. For DSP to have you in his chat and for you to give half a fuck about DSP for 5 seconds of your day and for him to go, yeah, well, fucking Keemstar, this isn't how you do it. You've disrupted my show. Motherfucker, he just made your show. I mean, I got to be honest with you, Keem. If you pursue this asshole 1 second further, I think it's a bad idea. Roll with Boogie and Wings. Grab the fat, crazy food review guy that we saw yesterday and have those three do a show. Like, just pick some other guy and show DSP, hey, you had your chance, asshole, and you blew it.
Well, he's going back and forth with me on Twitter, saying that I need to email him and all this other stuff. And so I got frustrated because at this point we have now publicly have been tweeting at each other at least 5 times back and forth, and he's not opening a DM, and he's still saying I have to email. I'm like, bro, we're communicating right now publicly. Like, why can't I just get in a... So finally I said, if you don't DM me, you're going to miss out on $50,000. I said this publicly to him. Sure enough, he DMs me. And I say, hey, look, I want to get on the phone with you, and I have a business proposal. He goes, well, write it out in an email. He's saying this in the DMs. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. What is your number? He goes, my number has been leaked publicly. You can go ahead and give it a call. Now, keep in mind, I am talking to him in the DMs. I've been talking to him publicly on Twitter. We're communicating at this time, and I just want to jump on the phone. He goes, well, you can call me between this time and that time. I'm like, this fucking asshole, bro. This control freak fucking weirdo. Fine. I'll fucking wait. So
doesn't it feel like he's full of shit about not having money at that point, though? Because if you really were up against the wall where you're eating lunch meat and maybe losing your house, if somebody offers you 50 grand, you would think you would do whatever the fuck they wanted.
I don't know, man. It's something doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
So I called him at his preferred time, and he doesn't answer the phone. Okay, fine. I DM him, hey, I just tried calling you. You didn't answer the phone. He goes, "Oh, I told you I stream at this time." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Maybe I got the times wrong or something." I go to call him the next day. He fucking doesn't answer. This went on for like 3 days. I couldn't get a hold of him, and I just completely like lost all interest and was like, "Fuck you," like whatever. If I can't get on the phone with this fucking guy and can't even like actually pitch this idea in detail and why it's smart, then he doesn't deserve to have the fucking idea.
No.
So, and then I go on fucking, this is months ago, right? Now I'm on YouTube just a couple nights ago. I'm scrolling through. I end up on one of his live streams. I click on it and he's saying, "Yeah, guys, I gotta make money for rent," or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, there's 200 people there. I'm like, this guy passed up $50,000. This guy passed the fucking conversation. So I went off on him, and bro, he did not like it. I think the reason why he jumped at my DMs finally is because when I said, "Hey, I got a $50,000 offer for you," if he wouldn't have jumped in the DMs with me, then it would be disrespectful to the people that are donating to him. When I went in his chat and called him out just a couple of days ago and said, "Hey, you had an opportunity to make $50,000, he blocked me and banned me from his chat because he didn't want to piss off the people that are donating money to him, right? He wanted to play it off that I was trolling him or messing with him or whatever, when I really wasn't. And so it's like, I don't know what the deal is, but these people that are paying his bills every single month, they're fucking sad and pathetic. And I want every single one of them to know, and I don't care how many times I have to retell this story, I want them to know that this guy does not give a flying fuck about making his own way through life. He wants to milk you to death.
Yeah. I got to say, it's a brilliant idea, too. And I know that you've been talking about, retiring from Drama Alert. And now, are you going to be retiring from on air in general? Because, like, with this idea you got with Boogie and DSP, you've got a knack for what's going to work. Like, are you going to be kind of a puppeteer behind the scenes and come up with more ideas like this? Because this is a brilliant fucking plan.
Well, I already kind of am. I do multiple different stuff already. I'm setting up all the influencer boxing cards and stuff happening later. So, I kind of do that day in and day out. And then also I'm producing other shows, and I'm launching my own podcast here soon. I just haven't figured out exactly who I'm going to go with as far as a co-host or what the full idea is. I'm still working on it. But
Keem, if you don't mind, I'd fire all of these motherfuckers if you want to throw me an offer. I mean,
I'm right here.
I know. I'm sorry, Corey. I apologize.
Jesus.
I love this stuff, I love this stuff. And it's not just about, me having to be on camera. It's about like just understanding like the internet and what works and what's going to be entertaining, because a lot of these guys like DSP is a prime example. He doesn't understand his entertainment value, right? The guy is a nonstop fucking train wreck. He says he acts the stupidest way, and that is entertaining, right? You can't take that away from him. That is entertaining. He just doesn't acknowledge that, he is this fucking clown.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of open micers when you're going out and doing stand-up comedy. Like, the crowd will be laughing, but they're not laughing because they're funny. They're laughing at how bad they are, and they don't know the difference. Like, he's up there acting like he's getting all the accolades, and everybody's just basically watching him waiting for the car crash.
Yeah, it's a sad story. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want him to weave his way out of this and spin some fucking narrative that I was trying to troll him or mess with him or whatever, because I had a real offer for him.
Look, you offered him $50K. I don't think he has the high ground on this.
No. And, everyone knows Keemstar is just here to help. And by God, Keem, I think the advice I could give you is, man, you can't save them all. I know you want to. I know you just wanted to reach out of that lifeboat. You wanted to grab DSP's hand. You wanted to pull him off that little Titanic door. But some people just want to freeze in the water, man. He's got too much pride.
I think, people are kind of looking at this like Keemstar versus DSP and like, saying, well, Keemstar destroyed DSP. Nah, who got destroyed is everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
I got destroyed.
Lost. We all took a giant L because this podcast would have been fucking amazing. It would have been so fucking good. We all lost because of that piece of shit.
Yeah, it is really good. Hey, can I know you don't have all day, but do you have enough time? Can I talk to you about your celebrity boxing stuff? Because I'm fascinated by the creator content boxing stuff. Do you have a minute?
Sure.
What's next for you in the boxing world? Like, are you? I'm not trying to shit on iDubbbz or I guess the real boss Anissa, but I'm not trying to shit on him. But the way they treated Sam Hyde in that whole thing, when that was just, I mean, that's just a money guy to have. Are you thinking of trying to reach out to Sam and get something going? Because it seemed like when he got involved with that creator clash thing, there was a whole new subculture of people that would have never been into iDubbbz that were all of a sudden talking about this thing. Is he a guy you'd be interested in getting?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I signed Sam Hyde. I signed him for my boxing brand, Happy Punch, promotional company. And I have booked a fight for Sam Hyde coming this August. Like, just in a couple months, you're going to see Sam Hyde in the ring.
Wow.
And it's going to be on a way bigger stage than iDubbbz could offer.
Holy shit.
Kind of why I've been brought in is to build this stuff is because I've been there since the very beginning. We're talking KSI versus Joe Weller. I've been right there from the beginning, working and setting up these fights behind the scenes. I worked the Social Gloves event, which was huge, but a lot of controversy with that and whatnot. And, KSI and his company are putting together, multiple cards coming towards the end of the year. And I've been helping them, put strategic people on the card because, overlap in social media boxing. Like, you got guys like Deji, Gibb, and KSI, very big guys, but their fans are all like lapped together, right? So it's like, you get multiple guys like this on the card, and it's like you're not reaching out to more people. So,
right.
The goal is to bring as many people in as possible, and to do that, you have to pull from so many different communities.
Sure.
And so that, and then also, like, I didn't like how Sam Hyde was treated. Like,
no.
he was treated very, very poorly through all that. And I looked at it and I said, you know what? I can make a difference here. Like, I can actually, make things right and put Sam Hyde on the biggest boxing card of the entire year.
Yeah.
So I just fucking did it.
That's awesome. Do you now?
So yeah,
can you tip your hand on any ideas you have for opponents?
Oh, he already has an opponent. I just can't say.
Okay.
I can't say because it isn't officially announced yet. I know some of the guys leaked some stuff and got in all kinds of trouble.
Okay. All right.
About fights that they're having. So
I get it.
I can't say until it's officially announced. But in a couple days, we are going to start getting some announcements around that August event. Yeah.
I think everybody would ask, although I think if you watch the mental state this person I'm about to bring up has been in the last year or so, the downward spiral they've gone on, I don't even know if it's worth picking the bones, but everyone would like to know if you'd like to get in there with Ethan. I don't know if you really have to destroy him anymore. It seems like he's doing a great job of that on his own.
I have been begging to fight Ethan Klein forever, and I've gotten so pathetic with it that I'm willing to thumb wrestle him, like if it needs be. Like, any way to have some type of physical contact with him, I'm down. I get up and work every day. I don't sit on the couch. I actually leave my house. I go out in public. I'm not this fat slob like Ethan Klein, and it's so fucking embarrassing because when I challenged this fat piece of shit to a boxing match, he came out on his show and he said, "Oh, I wouldn't want to do that for Keemstar and give him the clout or recognition." Bitch, if that's true, then how come my name lives in your fucking mouth and your brain every single day? In the span of 3 years, this salty fat motherfucker made over 200 videos mentioning my name. Like, people really need to get on his ass to step in the fucking ring with me. I understand that, there's no way we'll ever be in the same weight class, but I don't care. I'll take the fight regardless.
Keem, not only would it would be fun because you've wanted to get your hands on him in this kind of fashion, but also, being being the sanctimonious guy you are, I mean, you want to save DSP, you want to help everybody. Keemstar, now the Mother Teresa of YouTube. You'd also, I think you might be saving Ethan Klein's life because let's just say he ain't looking the healthiest.
Yeah, as much as I hate him, like, the dude needs to start caring about his health.
Oh,
Like that thing with Joe Rogan. Remember when he was calling Joe Rogan out, saying that Joe Rogan wasn't healthy?
right.
That was that was the funniest fucking self-own I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, God, that was bad. Well, man, I really hope you do, but it sounds like the ball's in his court, and I don't think he's going to do I don't think he's going to put on shorts to do push-ups to even like get in a ring or train or anything like that. I mean,
I don't even think that guy could do a push-up.
No, not he'd have to work up to it. I mean, he could start. Not Corey. He could start with knee push-ups. There's no
If we
rules
were putting
against
money, how many push-ups do you think he could do?
less than Gila.
Keem, how many push-ups do you think
half
he
a
could
one.
Half a one. You think, Keem?
Who, me?
No,
do?
Ethan.
No.
I mean,
Ethan,
I'm
do
out
you
of
think-
shape. Oh. Yeah. As far as Ethan, I think he could probably do half a one. No, I often, like, will have to go on his show because he's talking shit about me, and I want to know what the fuck he's saying about me, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed from show to show, he has different clothes on, and I'm wondering if he has a team of people that change his clothes for him, because there's no way that lazy motherfucker's doing it.
No, he just has Gila come in and go, Ethan, this is the Teddy Fresh you have to wear. And he's not embarrassed
Ethan,
to wear
I told
any of
you
it.
you're wearing this today.
I think Gila changes him. I think she's wife and live-in nurse, Keem. I'm not sure.
Keeper.
Yeah,
She's
it's
keeper.
so sad and pathetic.
All right. Well, hey, man, I tell you what, I'm just honored as shit that you called in. I'm glad that you talked about the DSP stuff here. I'm honored that you did it. I'm glad you liked the video. I appreciate. I know it's small for you, but I appreciate everything you just did in the last 20 minutes that you've done for us, and just the comment on the video and everything else. It means a lot. I think we've been on YouTube for maybe 2 months now, so we just really appreciate a guy that we like so much, we respect so much, and a guy who's still, after all these years, I mean, still just continuing to raise the bar. It's really inspiring, man. So thank you very much for giving us the call, and I hope this isn't the last time we talk to you.
Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day, Keem.
See ya.
Well, that happened.
Fucking Keemstar, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. That's Beta man. No, Jesse, no. Not at all. Well, thank you guys very much.
Urban liberal wine mob.
No, not Keem. Not Keem. That guy is promotionally a fucking genius. That guy, if he ever went to like Tony Khan or anyone else like that and said, I want to be a heel manager, if you didn't hire him immediately, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is just, and like the way.
I just can't believe he offered that DSP guy fucking $50K. Like, just hearing how bad that guy is hard up, you'd think he'd do anything for $50K.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to play it off as cool. I'm shaking a little. That Keemstar call. April's over to my left fucking bawling her eyes out. So there's that. Oh, April is, the Keemstar phone call gets.
Put her on camera. Let's see those tears.
Are you going on? Corey wants to put you on camera so he can see you crying. No. Let's bring April in here. Just a big, this is my problem with guys like DSP and other small creators. They want to act like they're on the level with Keemstar, and they're just not. If Keemstar is in your chat or he calls into your show, that's your show now. You don't have a fucking show. You have Keemstar in your chat. You get him to call into your show, or you have nothing. So, I mean, for DSP to turn down the 50, that's one thing, but to not even understand the concept of a star like Keem, I just said star like Keemstar, whatever. For a guy like that to be in your chat and you don't immediately stop what you're doing and make that your thing, you have no idea how to do this. You ought to shut this thing off. Shut it off. Throw it out the fucking window. You don't know what you're doing. All right, let's bring April on camera. Oh, look at that crying bitch.
That was a huge moment for the show. Look at me. I'm shaking too.
Oh, yeah?
Just listening to that.
You're excited about Keemstar. Well, I'm glad he enjoyed the video that we put out there.
Could not be a kinder guy.
What a prince.
What a guy
That
to
Keemstar.
call in and talk to you guys for not only a little bit, but like 20 minutes. That was really cool.
Seabear says 400 plus people in here like the video for the algorithm. Oh, yeah, let me do a little business here. Hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and click the bell to get notifications. Holy shit, that was awesome.
What a huge morning.
And you know what's funny about that? Let me bring Corey back here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me talk about this for a second. What's cool about this is, Keemstar just turned off his phone, turned off our stream and everything else, and just fucking went back to business. Like, that was just a little thing for him. But for us, we're over here going, holy shit, Keemstar noticed us and called in when we asked him to. What a fucking guy.
How cool was that?
He might still be watching. I mean, that's the thing. He said he liked it.
That's good.
Yeah, but here, look, Keem, if you're in the chat right now, if you're watching the stream right now, it's not going to get better than that. Just look, I don't want to wreck your opinion of the show. If it's very high right now, I don't want you coming in here and going, "Oh, I'm going to hang around. These guys are great." We're not that good. We're good. Don't get me wrong. But just tap up. Maybe come back for what this show's really good at? Like 20, 30 minutes at a time. It'll be solid. Because now I'm going to sit here going, we just had Keem on the show. What's next? So we got fucking Howard Stern, some shit the French president said. We do have a guy in Florida jacking off on a Starbucks
how weird
patio.
That is that like you and I right now, we're like, oh, we get to go to Howard Stern, and like, again, who cares?
Yeah, we're like, hey, Keemstar, Howard Stern. 10 years ago, this is a completely different conversation. But now in 2022, it's like, ugh, we have to go from fucking Keemstar to Howard Stern.
We should reach out to Howard Stern and get his takes on what he would do as president of the United States.
I think we should reach out to Howard and go, Howard, we had a much bigger star on our show than you yesterday.
Hell yeah.
In Daniel Keem. So I don't know who any of these Keem guys are. What's a Keemstar? There are no star. I'm the only star, Robin. We get it. I had a 30 share in New York City. All right, Howard. Enough about the 90s. Well, at any rate, that was very, very cool. And so far, I do not see Keem in the chat, so he has done a very wise thing, and as we would say, sold high on this show.
Yeah, buy low, sell high, baby.
I'm gonna go.
High. That was too much excitement for me. I'm gonna go puke.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm just gonna wrap it up for the day, if you guys don't mind.
Swear to God.
Yeah, right. What are we gonna do that tops that?
Nothing. This show from now on is just going. It's gonna be in neutral, and we're just gonna let it roll down the hill. I'm kidding, guys. We'll do the next hour and 45 minutes of show. But
this is a steel toe holiday now.
Yes, this is now. I got to throw out a shitload of thank yous during that Keemstar interview. That saved the day for us. Mikey Two Milks with $4.99. He says, Keemstar, whoa, now this is a show worth donating to. Thanks, buddy. Brian M just says F8 and throws in $5. Thank you very much. God, that chat was going so nuts during Keem's appearance here. Youngling Slayer 3000 just became a member on Steel Toe. And thank you, Balls Deep, for the $10 super chat. I also have to thank, oh my goodness, Adam with $10 on PayPal. Tyler with $110 on PayPal. Jesus Christ, man. So generous.
Thank you.
And Larry from the bar with $25 on PayPal. So thank you guys very much. You have surpassed what we needed today. So I would kindly ask that you stop throwing in money. Everybody who does throw in money, we're not keeping that. That is going into tomorrow's goal. We will not be accepting any more for today's show. That will be forwarded into tomorrow. So even though we're a little show that has to sing for our supper as it was and, busk and put the hat out there, that's fine. We also don't take more than we need, which I think is the only way I can make it up to you guys for doing it that way.
Before I get out of here and let Aaron and Corey continue their show.
Shut the fuck up, lady.
Tonight will be a party.
Yes.
You should all come back and we're going to have some fun and certainly celebrate that Keemstar was just on our show.
Oh, so. You know what we're going to do? We're actually just going to play the Keemstar interview on a loop.
I think so.
Is what we're going to do.
Somebody suggested you might bring that to the bedroom later.
There's a chance I jerk off to the Keemstar interview. I'm not going to. I don't believe in tipping my hand.
Totally for it.
So I don't.
All right. See you
I don't
later.
really know if that's something I need to let everyone know about. By the way, oh yeah, guys, if you feel like chipping into the show, don't. Save your money because tonight we've got the drawings. We got the prize. We got the $250 drawing. When you take your $15 and buy a T-shirt during the prize show, you automatically get qualified for or stickers, whatever we decide the merch is tonight. When you buy that, you automatically get entered into a $250 drawing for tonight. So please, if you want to be part of the evening show, prize show tonight, don't chip into the show now. We're good. We're set. We're fine. Save it for when you can get something out of it. Oh, and members are automatically entered in a $100 drawing, and VIPs are automatically entered in that monthly $100 drawing. Thank you to Cole for $10 on PayPal. All right, that's good, guys. Now we're into Friday's goal, for fuck's sake. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. Need Trump says, Aaron takes the money. That's how businesses grow. And I like how you roll it over to the next day. I really, look, man, I understand that the size we are, us having to ask for donations to do our show, that growing pain of being the size we are is really obnoxious to a lot of people, especially new viewers. I'm very cognizant of that. So anything I can do to kind of pay that back, like going, hey, once we hit that goal, we're not putting any of that in our pocket. We're rolling it over to the next day, make it easier on you a little bit. So I don't, anything we can do to offset the very necessary embarrassment of asking for donations and treating your audience with respect. We very much believe in that here. All right. It is, dude, as you can see, I'm having a hard time deciding what to go to next because who fucking cares at this point, right?
You're such a fangirl right now. I love it.
Here's what I love about Keemstar.
It's awesome. It's awesome when people like that are cool people.
It's not only that he's a cool guy, it's that, but he's so misunderstood by squares, like Ethan Klein and these other fucking morons. He's so misunderstood by them that they don't get what he's doing, and what he's doing is brilliant. They think he's mean. They call him a bully. Like all these pussies go like, oh, Keem's mean. Why is he doing that? DSP is not getting 50 grand for fuck all. Nothing. But Keem will put it in his hand. And why? Because Keem's realistic. Keem's telling DSP what he is. DSP, people laugh at you. They tune in to laugh at you. You might as well get paid to get laughed at. You're getting laughed at anyway, DSP. You might as well let me put 50 grand in your hand to do it. I mean,
I just like, to me, it's so crazy that a guy who is, you know, I mean, everybody's hard up, obviously, like, especially if you're a streamer, like the streaming, like the economy hit, gig economy is the worst.
Yes.
Like, that's just what happened.
And it hits it first. It hits it first.
Right. Right. And so, because the first thing people do is they cut out extra expenses, and that's where we stand. Right.
Right. Absolutely.
And like, for that motherfucker to just go on there and be like, I need this to pay my bills, I need this and that, and then to find out that he almost got hooked up with 50K. I mean, if you really needed that money for bills, like if somebody came up to you and they're like, hey, 50K to do this podcast or whatever, you'd be doing it immediately.
Yes, and I don't need the money as bad as DSP does. Like, up until a couple of weeks ago, financially, like, we were crushing every goal we ever had. I mean, it's just the economy recently has shrunk things down a little bit. Like, we were hitting our goals. But
plus it's summer. I mean, on top of that,
right.
Even when the economy is fine, summer streaming's the worst.
Summer's a downtime. You tighten your belt a little bit. But it's like, so I would take 50 grand, and I'm not sitting here going, I can't feed Jasper tomorrow. I might not be able to take my day off. Like, I'm not guilting people into anything. But if someone offered me 50 grand to do a fucking podcast, I wouldn't even ask how they're going to make me look on the podcast. I'd be like, 50 grand? Sure, I'll make the most of it.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, if you were literally eating lunch meat as all of your meals and somebody's like 50 grand, you would be saying okay and then finding out the stipulations after.
Right. Like, DSP should be thanking Keemstar and going, 50 grand, and I don't have to suck anyone's dick? What? Is there a camera somewhere? Am I being fucked with? And Keem is just sitting there going, and he's not pretending he's this great charitable guy. He's like, no, I have a great idea for a podcast. It's going to make shitloads of money. I'm going to take a piece of it. Here's 50 grand, you stupid asshole. Come do the show. I mean, that's just a laziness and a lack of work ethic. And also, I think having an inflated sense of who you are that's not based in reality, that causes
how many
him to
times
miss
do you
out on
think the
50,000.
phrase, do you know who I am, has come out of his fucking mouth?
Oh, DSP?
Yeah.
More times than I'd be comfortable with.
I would bet if you stacked them side to side, right? DSP has said, "Do you know who I am?" more times than Keemstar has. I bet.
Oh yeah.
I would put money in on that.
I mean, yeah, a guy like, when you get to a level that Keem is at, I call him Keem. We're buddies now. I hope you guys don't mind. No, I think when you get to that level, there's no reason to say, "Do you know who I am?" Because here the big difference. Here's why DSP does say it, and I'm sure Keemstar doesn't. Unlike DSP, Keemstar knows who the fuck he is.
Right.
DSP does not, and that's the big difference. People who know who they are don't ask people if they know. I think that "do you know who I am" is, I think that comes from a place of insecurity in themselves that they don't know who they are.
Of course it does.
Right.
100%.
So they get the validation of someone else maybe knowing. But I don't know, man. That was just such a fucking cool moment for this show. Someone said in the chat, they're like, that's a way bigger deal than Bubba being on the... Oh, God, it's not even fucking close. Are you kidding me? The guy with 6 million goddamn subscribers, 4 or 5 successful
too.
podcasts.
Like, I mean, like versus a guy who's big on like antiquated radio, of course.
Yeah.
Way better.
It's a really cool moment, and I hope you guys don't mind all the fangirling out. I mean, Jesus, she just went upstairs, and April's still texting me about the Keemstar thing. Claiming I handled it like a champ, but who's she go? We made Keem laugh a couple of times. He appreciated our questions. I mean, dude, you know what a fucking baller move would be if he just made a 9-minute video going, "I went on these fucking retards shows today," and
just like crushes us.
Just goes, "These fucking marks." He just goes,
"You fucking mark."
Bird Collector says, "I still don't know who he is." Find him and discover
Drama
him.
Alert. YouTube.com/Drama Alert, I believe is his channel.
Drama Alert is the channel and the show. And again, he's looking for someone to take over Drama Alert. I'll find some money for you guys. All right. Don't worry. It's just, you know what? Hey, I'll take over Drama Alert, Corey. You can take over Steel Toe.
I'm good.
Oh, fuck. Damn it. I had a whole plan laid out.
It's Johnny. As Johnny wants it.
Could you help me?
Johnny's second bike.
All right, deal. All right, good. At least, look, I got to make sure the home base is covered.
I'm not turning my back on it, but like, I don't know.
I should.
You won't even let me run it when you're on Friday at a wedding anymore.
I go take over Drama Alert, and I show up in like a mink with sunglasses on while you guys are on the air, and you're like, "Aaron, you want to come on?" It's like, I can't be associated with this brand, guys. Sorry, it's too low brow.
Johnny is the rightful heir to the show. I mean, technically, Oz is the rightful heir for the show. If you're going on that, Johnny's actually the newest hire.
Oz is actually the Aemon Targaryen of this whole thing because he's the rightful blood heir, but he's also the one who constantly says, "I don't want it." So he is kind of the Jon Snow of the Steel Toe world. Lemmy says, "Aaron, you definitely handled yourself with grace. Great job, and congratulations." Well, what about Corey, you fucking mark?
I don't give a shit about any of that. Honestly, like I've worked with so many big name celebrities, it doesn't even shake me anymore.
So how many minutes do you think it will take me to cut that 20-minute interview out and get it up on YouTube?
I mean, at least an hour in between jerking off, right?
Oh, you know what?
Plus, I'm sure April's going to be giving you a head most of the time you're editing.
I have
probably red panty night at the headquarters.
You're right. You know what? I forgot about the jerking off time. It's going to take a little while. All right. So for those of you watching this as a clip, this is the end of the Keemstar clip. There. Now I have a good cut point.